for what's in the room. I'll do mine real quick, and then everybody else can do theirs, I guess. So I'm Tim Skrotzki with Elevate. We're a nonprofit. We make sure everyone gets access to clean energy economy. We were founded in Chicago 20 years ago to help fight rolling blackouts in the south side of Chicago by improving the energy consumption of affordable multifamily housing so that they wouldn't lose their power and be more efficient. 23 years later, we're doing all kinds of energy efficiency projects, solar projects, training programs, you name it, in the energy and equity field. We're working on it, and we're all over the country now. So it's very exciting times. Yeah, if we just want to go around the room, folks, just tell me who you are, where you're from in Detroit. My family's from Southwest Detroit, although I live in Lansing now. My wife works for the state, so we're up here. But I got family in Southwest.
We can start in this room. Do you want to go ahead?
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Eunice Gant. I'm the CEO of HFG Real Estate Investment Services. And what we do is we buy distressed properties, we rehab them, we flip them, we do rentals, we work with investors to help them do that. Been doing that since 2014 in Detroit, the metro area, Chicago, and Atlanta. Thank you.
Maurice Wiggins, owner of Wiggins Roofing, residential and commercial. I guess I forgot to say last night, I'm a home inspector as well and a roofing inspector. That's how I got into the roofing industry years ago. Actually, the building we're in, I was the inspector and lead for this roof, which is a vented roof from great gentlemen out of Florida that have the patent to a vented roof that when the wind picks up, the perimeter of the roof tightens to the building. And so I was here making sure everything was running right and that the contractor got in and out for this building a couple years ago.
That's cool. Maurice, we met already once. Some of my Chicago friends introduced us.
Yes. Tim, how are you?
It's good. Finally, we're connecting again.
Yeah, Corey Elliott. Absolutely.
Michael next. I'm Devin Morris, owner of Eli Improvements. 12 years experience. Pretty much working with the investors of Detroit, bringing back the homes, and even the outskirts of Detroit, bringing back the homes. If I'm not doing the gutter, the roof, and the siding, I'm doing the repairs of them. The most part is getting the demolition started on the commercial buildings and getting all the legal papers right for that.
Cool. Thanks.
Dwayne Walker Construction. Basically been doing construction over 35 plus years now. Walker been doing as a general contractor, which is back on the GC 20 something plus years now though. So
Emmanuel Jones, I'm the owner of Jones Cleaning Group. We do all things commercial cleaning, carpet, windows, and then we also do property maintenance on the residential side for property managers and investors, and then we recently got into the commercial side as well this year.
Cool. That does it for all of us here in the room. Maybe I'll just call on folks as they appear on the screen. Mike, do you want to go first?
I'm Mike Walker. I'm the owner and operator of AHA Agency, which is a home assessment and home inspection company. work with a lot of nonprofits for healthy home initiatives such as this, doing assessments and doing project management for the contractors with some of the work that's being done in Detroit.
Great, thanks, Mike. Zach?
My name's Zach Lariviere. I run Thunderbird Customer Services. I work with a couple of nonprofits in Southwest Detroit, rehabbing land bank homes to be used for artist and creative space for young Black and Brown creatives here in the city of Detroit, and with the goal ultimately of being able to rehab more of these land bank homes into low-income home ownership opportunities for families here in Detroit. And I've got about 10 years experience in various fields of contracting. I'm a framer, I'm a drywaller, I'm just about everything. I do demolition, roofing, everything, decks. So yeah, that's my scope of work.
Awesome, thanks, Zach. Lucas?
Hey, how you doing? I got my mic on?
Yep.
Okay. Lucas Johnson, Realty Pro Management is my company's name. I've been doing real estate in Detroit for probably about 20 years. So I've seen a lot, been there when the city hit rock bottom, but I stayed and tried to invest and help bring the city back. But here I maybe get some certifications under my belt. That's what I was more interested in with this class right here. So it's been interesting so far. So I'm here to learn all I can.
Awesome, thanks, Lucas. Eddie?
Yes, hello, Tim. My name is Eddie Davis. I am a project manager and owner's rep. Currently been serving in that role for the last 4 years. So looking at getting my GC and also too looking at getting some other certifications in lead and asbestos remediation. So looking forward to. I'm glad I took this course and looking forward to hearing what you have to share with us tonight to add to my other list of things that I'm hoping to add to my portfolio. Thank you.
Philip?
Yes, hi everyone. I'll actually be in person tomorrow, so I'll see you live tomorrow, Andrew and company. My name is Philip Caldwell. I'm the managing member of the Caldwell Group LLC. Right now, we focus on property acquisition, development, and management. My background is community development. I have a 2-year degree from the University of Detroit Mercy in community development. I'm also the executive director of Pontchartrain Development, CDC. Right now, we're focused in districts 5, 6, and 7, and we're focused on density, entrepreneurship, and home ownership. And also, last but not least, I am the chief operating officer of Pinnacle Corporate Solutions. We have a development team right now that consists of several key people. And right now we are going to revitalize some structures that we currently hold to help strengthen different neighborhoods within the city of Detroit.
Awesome, thank you, Philip. Terrell?
Hello, everyone. Terrell Dixon from Presidential Construction, Inc. I'm a general contractor. We do full rehab, residential and commercial, specializing in roofing, sewer line repairs, trash outs, and demolition. We got a few other things on there as well. We even do a little real estate, fix and flip, and build outs from the ground up. And that's about it for right now. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Terrell. And last but not least, Ashton.
Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? My name is Ashton Bennett. I am a lead contractor here in the Detroit area, originally from Mississippi. I've been here for about a year now in the state of Michigan. I do mostly inspections with daycare centers and as well as real estate investment. Glad to be here and thankful to be here.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashton. So we're all getting a chance to practice our elevator pitches for our businesses on this course too. But I mean, I think it's a good thing because like we've been talking about, we're really building that network. Thanks everyone who's, reached out with mentors that they want to work with. I encourage you to continue emailing me as you identify those people, whether they're in the class or outside of the class. And
I lost you.
Yeah, I think we lost your sound, Andrew.
Okay, good. It's just Andrew. You guys can still hear me?
Yeah.
That's good. I wasn't sure if it was me or him.
I must have accidentally muted myself. But anyways, take it away, Tim.
All right, so time to go. Well, I'm honored to be in front of such a talented group of people. Right, this is really exciting. This is like the future of Detroit. You all are transforming the city into an awesome place. So this will be fun. So I got a little agenda here. We just did the welcome. I'll go a little bit over Elevate, and then we'll kind of talk about climate change and why we're trying to shift over to a clean energy economy. Why we need to get off of fossil fuels, and then a little bit into some contractor associations, some of the goals that the state is doing, money, just the billions of dollars of money that are flowing into this, and the opportunity for your firms to take advantage of it, and then finish off with some training opportunities. As I mentioned before, Elevate makes sure everyone gets access to clean energy economy. We seek a world to create just and equitable place where everyone has affordable heat, water, and power in their homes. We're all experiencing, we're having extreme weather events. Our town is filled with smoke. We've got disinvested communities. First and foremost is our utility company DTE, who has not kept up power lines in the city of Detroit, and we're seeing frequent power interruptions. I think I was just talking to someone today, and she said she was on her sixth time. She lives in Jefferson Chalmers neighborhood, and she's had 6 power outages of 2 days this summer already. 6, right? It's just absolutely ridiculous. But we're here to talk about some of the solutions and how we can empower folks to have these solutions in their homes, and the opportunity for your firms to be the ones that deliver it. First of all, let's talk about decarbonization, right? Like, how do we remove fossil fuels out of our lifestyle? The importance of that, of course, is we want to reduce the impacts of climate change. We want to reduce the hot days. We want to reduce the big storms. We want to reduce the smoke in our air. And we do that in our housing stock by first and foremost, going into energy efficiency. That's something I'm sure most people are aware of. As we are not big fans of DTE all the time, they do have a really robust energy efficiency program. I do recommend tapping into that when you're rehabbing homes. There's some really good incentives, especially for low income qualified homes. There's a lot of incentives for that. And then electrification, right? And so that's kind of getting rid of that gas furnace and going to an electric air source heat pump. I'll talk a little bit more about that. And then to make that electric heat pump affordable, you put solar on your roof so that your electricity is mostly produced by your own power. You're saving money from the utility, and then also just managing the electric loads on the back end. That's the future as well. Something called replacing your electric panel, where the electricity comes in with these smart panels and smart equipment that can totally reduce the energy consumption of a home. So these are some of the future things, and there is a ton of money coming in from the federal government. I'll talk about that later on, but up to $14,000 per home for all these electric things, and that's not even including the solar incentives. And then, can you hear the video?
Climate change, probably think of fossil fuels, air pollution, and greenhouse gas emissions.
Yeah.
Fossil fuels can also be found in buildings that often use natural gas or oil as the main energy source to heat and cool homes. A boiler, gas stove, hot water heater, or furnace that burns fossil fuels in your home create harmful greenhouse gas emissions like carbon dioxide that harm our health and the environment. The solution is building decarbonization, which is the process of reducing or eliminating the emissions that contribute to climate change from a building's energy sources. So how does building decarbonization work? The first step is to make the building as energy efficient as possible by using less energy to operate. For example, adding insulation and air sealing, which makes the building more comfortable and saves money and energy. Another important strategy is electrification. One example is replacing a boiler that burns natural gas with a heat pump that uses only electricity to heat and cool your home. Once a building is all electric, it's important to choose clean, renewable energy. Electricity can still come from fossil fuels like coal, so we want to use electricity that comes from renewable energy like solar. You can also make a difference by shifting energy use to different times of the day to reduce the impact on the energy grid and reduce carbon emissions even more. There you have it. These building decarbonization actions are critical in the fight against climate change for everyone, and to help keep buildings safe and affordable for the people who use them.
So that's just a little video that Elevate put together about decarbonization, the importance of it, why we're doing it, how it's going to work, and we'll kind of look at right now. We're going to fast forward and kind of jump into the jobs in this industry. So this is the most recent Midwest report on clean energy jobs. You can see there are a lot of different places where folks can get jobs, and I know you all you're working for amazing firms, so you kind of already have jobs, you kind of fit into some of these categories, probably under the energy efficiency in some areas, and then the guys that are doing roofing, right? Solar and roofing go hand in hand. I have news that the city of Detroit has I think some of you may know this, hopefully you know about it, My Hope program, where they're replacing about 2,000 roofs. The mayor and the city's paying for that. Well, the mayor now is applying for a greenhouse gas reduction fund grant called Solar for All, and he wants to go back through and put 2,000 solar panels on those roofs, right? And we need contractors to do that, and if you're a general contractor, if you're a roofer, it's a real opportunity for you to play a role in that. You don't have to put the solar panels on yourself. You can be the guy who manages that process and subcontract it out, right? You all probably don't do electrical work and sometimes hire an electrician to come in. You can hire a solar firm to come in and do the work. And if you just know a little bit to be dangerous, you can manage that and make some good money off that. So there's all these opportunities, in the clean energy industry right now to grow these firms, and Elevate's dedicated to growing firms in Detroit or in the community, and not just Detroit, frankly, right? In Grand Rapids, in Flint, Benton Harbor, wherever we're working, we want to work with contractors that are from the community because we believe in keeping and building the wealth in the community. And then, the importance of, especially when you're bringing on new staff to your team, right? You know what I mean? This kind of solar career map, right? Not everyone is going to start up on the top. And this is the renewable energy, international renewable energy. Oh, I forget what the C stands for, but it's the IRAC, International Renewable Energy Coalition's nonprofits page, and they have all kinds of information on careers in the solar industry and how you can move up in the careers. You can move from entry level installers, and there's all kinds of different pathways that you can move up. And so it's a really good example of how the process that someone can go. One of the solar installers we're working on right now in Detroit at the Lennox Center started off as a roofer, just pulling the shingles off, and now he's one of the main electricians for the project, right? And he just worked his way up. He liked being on roofs, right? All roofers know that you have to be comfortable being on a roof. Well, if you want to install solar panels, you also have to be comfortable on a roof. Just like an HVAC contractor needs to be comfortable going into a crawl space, at least when you're starting out. And then as we move forward here, I'm going to share with everyone some contractor associations. And why don't we pause here for a second? And I'm curious if anyone has any questions on the first parts, and then or if you all are part of any contractor associations in the city right now.
I got a question.
We have a question over here.
Okay. Hey, Tim, I have a question.
Sure.
So, I'm really excited about this. This is really interesting for me. So, I'm currently managing an 19-story high-rise building, and it has a flat roof. Is it possible to put solar panels on top of that roof so that we could save on the electricity?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, positively. Yep, no problem.
It's flat, slated,
Oh, really?
it can be raised, it can be flat. You can put it on there and save money to the owner.
What is I know you would have to see it, of course, but what type of investment are we really talking about, something like that?
It depends on how big your roof is, right? So, you can only put in so many solar panels per square foot, right? So it will depend on that. When we talk about a taller building, there's some really simple things that cut the costs on installing solar panels, for example. Like, is there a freight elevator that goes to the roof, or is there a stairwell that goes to the roof? Because if you have to bring in a crane, that increases your costs a lot. You know what I mean? Solar panels aren't that big, right? You can have a couple guys bringing the solar panels up to the top floor, right? So that's important, right? Those little details can be really important. But generally speaking, I'm going to guess here because it's a commercial building. You might be able to fit maybe 15 to 30 kilowatts of solar on that building. And that's going to cost you between $40,000 and $80,000.
Okay, between 40 and 80.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. So the rule of thumb is about $3 per kilowatt. A single-family home consumes about 7 to 8 kilowatts, right? So that's just a single-family home, right? A 2,000 square foot single-family home will be at 7 to 8 kilowatts, and so that's going to cost you about $15,000 to $20,000. Closer to probably $20,000 for the install on a single-family home, and then for your multifamily building, usually those taller buildings, you're not going to be able to produce all your electricity. You're going to get a lot of savings, and it's going to be worth your, putting it on there. But The taller the building, you're going to just have less panels, right? If you had a 2-story building that's a block long, then you'll be able to put so many solar panels on there, you can produce
Right.
as much as your building has, right? So it just depends on that square footage. And then again, is there easy access to the roof?
So 80,000 investment, I'm gonna have to do the math on the cost savings over time, because I'm hearing you say, Tim, we would still need DTE. We would still need DTE.
Yes.
Oh,
We are a
Oh,
necessary
that's
evil.
true, always need DTE. I'm trying to save.
I mean, because you gotta have a backup plan. What's the backup plan?
Oh, that's true. I'm just
Always.
trying to reduce, because the electricity bills right now have gone through the roof.
Yeah. No, it's a good deal, especially if you can roll it into financing. And I'm going to talk about this later. There are really, really big incentives right now from the federal government. You get 30% off of any system. And if it qualifies in a low-income building or a low-income census tract like area, you can get another 20% off. So that's 50%. And if you use American-made products, you can get 60% off the front end. That is a huge discount. So you're only paying for half. So now you take that $80,000 and you're only paying $40,000 because you're getting $40,000 from the federal government covering that as an incentive. Right? That's a huge savings. Right now, your cost benefit ratio is based on that $40,000, right? And that's starting to look really good. And that's all starting this fall. So I got more slides on that. But I just wanted to share, we'll get into more than that. I love talking about this stuff. We do this stuff all the time. But Michigan Saves has